Determining whether Demandbase Tag is firing properly on all of your pages can sometimes be a tricky proposition. However, it doesn't have to be. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to troubleshoot your Demandbase Tag and figure out whether it's firing properly on all of your pages. To begin, you'll first want to navigate to one of your pages. Once there, in Google Chrome, you want to right-click and click on Inspect in the drop-down. Clicking on Inspect will fire up Google's Chrome Developer Tools. Sometimes you'll see it oriented on the bottom of the page, but either way, you can change the orientation of the Chrome Developer Tools as you see fit. The first step to determining whether Demandbase Tag is firing properly is simply to check whether it's there at all. Here, we'll check the HTML first. To do this, we'll click on the Elements tab in Chrome DevTools, and then press Ctrl or Command F if you're using a Mac to enable the search functionality. In the search box, you'll want to type scripts.demandbase.com. After you cycle through the results, you should eventually notice a snippet of code that looks very similar to your Demandbase tag. In fact, it is your Demandbase tag, and it looks exactly the same as what you see in your welcome URL. If you see this, then you know for sure that Demandbase tag is on your page. However, if you do not see this snippet of code on your page, then Demandbase tag might not actually be on the page. In this situation, you'll want to connect with your Demandbase campaign architect or CSM to let them know that you think Demandbase tag might not be on the page. The second step to making sure that Demandbase is firing properly is to go to the Network tab of your Chrome Developer Tools. Once in your Network tab, you want to click on Preserve Log and then refresh the page. Doing this allows you to see all of the slices of code that are being loaded on your page. This allows us to see whether these snippets of code are actually firing properly and not producing any errors. When we're in the Network tab, we'll want to check for two things. The first thing we'll want to check is that the Demandbase API call is functioning correctly. To do this, we'll type api.demandbase.com into the search bar. Once here, you'll want to look for an API call that's originating from a file with .min.js in it. The 7 to 8 letter string in front of the min.js represents your particular Demandbase client ID. Once here, you want to click on the API request and make sure that you have a green status code. If it's red, then the API call is failing and you want to contact your Demandbase campaign architect or Demandbase CSM to resolve this issue. Next, we'll want to check whether your Demandbase ad pixels are firing properly. To do this, we'll move back up to the search box and type in a.company. By typing a.company, we'll now see the pixels inside of the Network tab. The two pixels that Demandbase loads are your view pixel and your retargeting pixel. To confirm whether the pixels are firing properly, you'll do something similar and just check whether the status codes are green or not. If they are, then you're all set. You know that your API call is firing properly along with both of your Demandbase ad pixels. So if that's the case, then you're good to go. However, if you notice that any of the status codes are red, then something's wrong and you'll want to contact your Demandbase CSM or your Demandbase campaign architect.